Okay, I'm going to show you how to fight your cable TV guy if they mess you over, and how to do it without hiring a lawyer or spending any money at all. But first, let's see how bad the cable companies are really operating nowadays. Look at this. Here's a study I found that over half the people say they'd abandon their TV cable company if they could, only if they could. Look at this, 73% feel that if my cable, sorry, let's say so. 73% said, I feel cable companies are predatory in their practices and take advantage of consumers' lack of choice. So that's right, man, I don't know about your cable company, but man, ours here is dreadful to operate with, you know, and they say the government is bad. Man, I think the cable companies are worse. Okay, here's another stat. 53% say I would leave my current cable company if I had a choice. That's half the people there. See, that's what the headline said. Here's another one. 72% say I worry that the larger the cable companies become, the worse off consumers are. That's why with now the merger and the cable companies and everything, they're going to have, you know, a bigger market share and everything. But cable companies aren't doing well, man. Their market share is shrinking. Look at Comcast and Time Warner Cable lost 1 million subscribers last year. I got rid of cable. I do it all on the internet. There's options now for streaming. I got all the entertainment I need just right on the computer, and I could show it on my TV with a little $35 gadget, you know, what Google Chrome TV or whatever. There's so many options. Subscribing to Netflix and you know, Amazon has a streaming service. There's so much programming out there that you don't have to pay $100 a month for. You know, and here's another interesting thing to me anyway about how bad these cable companies are. I went to Yelp. You know, Yelp, they're the people that you could, you know, local businesses and businesses, how they're doing. This is where people complain. It's not like Better Business Bureau that enforce it, but it's a place for, excuse me, where consumers could go to find out how good a business is. Well, Time Warner Cable had a 1-star rating. Now listen to this. The county jail had a 2.5-star rating. So the county jail gives better service than Time Warner, 2.5 times better service. So that's telling you something. So how do you complain? Okay, that's it. See, the cable companies, the reason they're able to, you know, mess over consumers, I feel, is that because they have a monopoly. You know, you can't go anywhere else. And who gives them that monopoly power? The government. So the government has power over the cable company. See, if you want to fight the cable company, you hire a lawyer and you're spending $300 an hour on your lawyer or whatever to fight the cable company. The cable company does this all the time, and they could fight you till you die and run out of money or whatever. So don't ever do that. Find your regulatory office. See, and it's at the local level. It's going to be a county government. It's going to be a state government. You know, and you find the authority at the local level. And an easy way to do it, if you don't find it, you can Google and you go complaints, cable TV, and then your county. Like I live in Montgomery County in Maryland. You know, so that's what you could do. Whatever you live in, you could put complaints, cable TV, Baltimore County, Maryland. If you live in Baltimore or New York, whatever the heck it is, and it'll pop up. You know, and if it doesn't, you could call this number 211. You know, that's a hotline number of people who do research for you about services locally that are free for you. Actually, you can call that 211 for grants or anything like that. So it's a neat number to call. So when you're stuck looking for like a freebie or help or something like that, call them, because they have an access to a database that has all the government agencies and nonprofits that help you with anything. But like in Montgomery County, now here's the website I got, you know, the Office of Cable and Broadband Services, and you read right there, it says what it does. Now this office offers assistance resolving cable and internet service issues with the franchise providers. See, those providers have a franchise. They have a legal agreement. Nobody else could be there except them, you know. But the county what they will do is subscribers should first contact the cable company or the provider first. If the issue is not resolved by the provider, the county will escalate the complaint and work to obtain relief available under the law. So why hire an attorney at $200 an hour or something, whatever they charge, to get your legal rights, where these are the people, number one, that wrote the law, they enforce the law, and they do it for free, and under the law, they have to investigate. See, what's neat about these offices, you could be, just some wacko person, no idea, can't even put a sentence together, and they still have a legal obligation to investigate, this company, Comcast, whoever it is in your area, to see if they treated you fairly under the law. I mean, what can be better than that? These are the people that write law. That's why I would say, why go out and hire an attorney at a couple $100s an hour to go learn the law for you, when you could contact someone who wrote the law, because they wrote the laws for these cable companies to operate in the area, and they're there to enforce it for free, and they're obligated to investigate. Even if you're wrong, they'll investigate. See, that's what the power of these offices are. They will contact the cable company just because you contacted them. They have to. See, and a lot of times these cable companies don't want to deal with the government because, see, if they lose fighting with the government, they could lose their franchise, theoretically. Fighting your lawyer, they have nothing to lose, just maybe some money if you win. What? But fighting the government, and if they're not following things on the law, then they could lose all their business. That's what gives you power in the system. By using somebody, to fight for you that's more powerful than a speeding bullet, faster than a train, or whatever. It's bigger than the guy you're fighting. You're coming to a fight with a gun and they have a bazooka, you're going to lose, right? So you're coming with a tank because you got the whole government coming after them, and it's the law. The government has to investigate, and that's the way, I think, to get ahead. I mean, this is, if you're going to fight with something, you want to be armed, and why go out and spend money and won't never be enough to fight these big companies when the government has bigger pockets than these companies, and that's what's neat. It's learning the system and using it, because the fat cats are using it, even when they have money, they're going to use it. You want to use the best available that's available. Best available, that doesn't make sense at all, does it? Well, you know what I mean. And it's there for anybody. You don't have to be rich to use this. You just have to know it's there. And it's there.